Hi, it's Laura, Hyperstamper. This is a repurposed cover of a journal that I have had posted on Etsy. And the reason it wasn't selling is people were commenting that in the messages I get that they didn't know what the image on the cover was. And I didn't even. I think it was smoke coming out of the forest. But anyways, what I've done is I've taken some vintage upholstery fabric and covered up that image, left the title because I just think it's fabulous. I think the font and the colors of it is wonderful. And I added this 1800s drawer pull with the wheat on it, and that is a little brass handle, and just some fringe, and I think it's fabulous. This book is from 1904, so I'll just repeat again what I've done before. That's just some antique spine covering up the screws that I put the handle in on. And again, that book is from 1904. And this is just a little journaling tag I made out of vintage dictionary page. And here is a lovely little postcard from the very early 1900s there. And I'll just tuck those back into their pocket from an antique book page. There we go. And everything in here is antique ephemera and vintage ephemera. I don't use any digitals or kits or scrap of paper. The only thing that's not are these tea-dyed pages that I made and added. So we have some old music sheet here from the early 1900s. Craft book page from the 70s. So that's the newest thing, I guess, in here. A Boy Scout itinerary. This is the carbon copy of one that was hand typed. And this is from a London Illustrator News from the 50s. Yes. And that's the other side of that typed sheet. Here we go. Some old pages here. That's pottery from that craft book. A vintage stamp here. And this would be from an old yearbook page. I'm going to show you on the flip side what that looks like. It's pretty cool. A little cluster here with some birch bark. Another wonderful antique tag page here, and a 1920s blank ledger page for you to journal on, and a vintage doily here. It's lovely. This is a very, very old plate. Here, just the beautiful mountains, the Grampians. And what we got here, this is from a 1950 or 49, sorry, might say at the bottom, page on crocheting, and that's from a Needlework magazine. Look at that. Remember those? Oh my God, my grandma had those on her chairs, the armrests on the back. Wow, I just thought of that now. That is a trip down memory lane. Okay, and then an 1899 stereoscope. Look at this wonderful image. So it's the double. So that was the, I would say the original Viewmaster, you know, like where you can see them in 3D. I pulled this from a book yesterday and today. So lots of antique paper here. A lovely children's book page here from a children's story. And then a plate out of the 1905 How to Make a Garden book. Now the flip side of that page here, a vintage stamp in here. A 1930s Monopoly piece here, St. James Place. And a very old vintage playing card, well loved. And this is in a little paper bag pocket, and just a blank antique page there. More journaling, lots of places to journal on here. Page from In Search of Scotland from 1900. And here's that wonderful yearbook photo. I just love, it's very hard to find yearbooks. So when I do, I get very excited. Just a little cluster there I made out of antique paper. Another little antique page here for journaling. And this fun magazine page. Oh my goodness. The Growing Family. Isn't that awesome? And again, that is from the 1950s. August 22, 1959. There we go. Lots of fun to read the old articles. And this one here is from Demarest Family Magazine from the 1890s. Just some lovely little stories here that you can read. The Feast of Umbrellas. That's kind of fun. This here is just a antique book page. It's very brittle, so it's just to do some journaling on because there's some white space there. And a journaling tag here from a Children's Illustrated Things to Make book. I love that. I'm actually doing a custom journal for somebody now who was a children's book illustrator for these how to make things books. And that's going to be fun. And we have here another vintage tag I made, and on the back side is another secret pocket, 2 secret pockets here, one here that I've put in some more poems and blank pages, and this little set of blank pages as well here. So put in your journaling there, and that's all on top of a hidden paper clip there. You can move that around. Ledger page from the 20s, the Magic Garden page here from the early 1900s, and of course another one of these fantastic vintage recipe book illustrations. That one is Fresh Cherry Pie. Pretty cool and pretty funny. There we go, more of the same. They're the flip sides of the signature, and this lovely plate here from the early 1900s. I love this one here. It is stunning. Another journaling tag here, antique paper, and another little pocket here with some 1920s scrapbook paper. It's very brittle, it may crack. That's why I didn't fold it. I just slipped it in there. Another plate here. Ships, which were very popular. Now I put a pocket here. There's nothing in it right now, but I will slip anything you like in there. Just let me know at checkout what your interests are, or a special date, or anything, and I'll slip something in there for you. And some blank antique papers. And there's one of the original pages of this book from 1904. Look at that beautiful feather. Feathers are very popular. I get requests for feathers to be added often. There's another one of these to-do pages, things to do and make. And a little yearbook photo there. And page My Heart's or Their Heart's Desire. That's an antique book page as well, with lovely thick fuzzy page. And this is from the 1950s Theater Arts magazine. And look at Marcel Marceau. So if you're my age, you know who Marcel Marceau was. The only famous mime ever. Oh my goodness. And these fell out of a cookbook. They're little recipes. Aren't they fun? Somebody took the time to clip them and tape them in, and I didn't want to throw them out because they're fun. More the same on the signature pages, and a wonderful vintage dictionary page here. And just some more of these lovely original pages, the 1950s receipt from Pearl's shop in Cincinnati, and more of the original book pages because I like to get the last pages of the book in if I can as well. So there, it's going on Etsy, or actually it's already on Etsy, and that's hyperstamper.etsy.com. And don't forget to subscribe. Thanks.